Laura Burstein with PCA, and we are here in beautiful Santa Monica, California with the 2022 Porsche Macan GTS. The first thing you're going to notice about this car, obviously, is the screamin' green color. This is called Python Green. You may have seen it on some of the 718 Cayman and Boxsters, but our color database at PCA called Rainbow still rates this as 5 out of 5 paint cans, which means it's going to be one of the rarest colors still that you'll see on a Porsche. This car is powered by a 2.9-liter V6 engine that makes 434 horsepower. This is now the top of the line of the Macan lineup. Previously, there was a turbo. That's no longer made, but the GTS moves up into that space with that same engine and those same specs. Some of the differences with the GTS between the normal Macan is you're going to see this new revised front grille. There's a bigger grille opening. It's cleaner. Coming around to the side, you're going to see this 21-inch GT design wheel. Some other things that differentiate the GTS include these gloss black exterior mirrors, as well as these black side skirts. Now we're going to go inside and take a look at the interior.
Be sure to log into your YouTube account, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. Best of all, it's free to do so.
Inside the Macan, the center console has been redesigned for 2022 and 2023. Before, there was this gear shift in the middle with a whole bunch of buttons on either side. That's been cleaned up. The switches are now haptic, which might look familiar from the Cayenne and also from the Panamera. The only downside to this is that when you rest your hand here to change either the fan speed or the temperature, you could accidentally hit some of these controls. I, for example, have had experiences this week where I go to adjust something and all of a sudden my butt gets really hot. And then I realize that I've accidentally hit the heated seat switch, as you can see right here. So it does take some getting used to. It is a little bit of an issue, but all in all, I do think an improvement over the last console. The other thing that you'll see in the GTS is this great sport steering wheel with this carbon fiber trim. And in fact, this carbon fiber you'll see all throughout the cabin. You'll see on the door panels, on the IP here, and also sort of on either side of the air vents as well. Great green contrast stitching and also bright green seat belts to match the exterior of the car. And then you also have, of course, this GTS stitching on the headrests. So the back seat of the Macan isn't necessarily the most spacious in the segment, but it's still pretty darn good for smaller people or for children or teenagers. You also have these 2 USB-C ports here in case you want to plug in your devices, and you also have your own air conditioning controls. Cargo space in the Macan GTS is 17.2 cubic feet with the seats in place, or folded down about 53 cubic feet. This Macan GTS is equipped with the Sport Chrono package, which means it can do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. We're on a public road, so we're not going to test that quite as we would on the track, but we do have it in Sport Plus and we're ready to go. Amazing responsive throttle. The first thing you notice, obviously, is that lovely exhaust note in the cabin. Sounds really good. We just hit some potholes, so one thing I noticed is that with this adaptive air suspension, the car stays pretty compliant. I mean, you can feel the bumps, but considering it's a sporty car, it really strikes a good balance between being even keel and comfortable. So it really is suited for more of the kind of family hauler duties, like carrying kids and dogs and whatever else you might have to bring around with you. We're gonna stop here. The brakes, they bite really nicely. They're coated with this tungsten carbide, which not only helps performance, but Porsche also says it reduces brake dust by up to 90%. So that'll really help to save your wheels. One thing I also really like about this car is the sport steering wheel. If you look at some of the other performance cars like BMW M or Mercedes AMG, you'll find that they seem to equate sportiness with really big, thick steering wheels. And sometimes I just feel like I'm wrapping my hands around giant German sausages, but not this case here. It just fits my hands perfectly, gives me plenty of grip. The other thing I love are these sports seats. I'm 5'4", so sometimes it's hard to find seats that don't feel like they're too big for me, or where I'm driving with my legs sticking straight out because my knees can't bend. But this seat does a great job fitting body shapes and styles of every size. And again, I just really think that Porsche has done an amazing job with the Macan GTS, creating this balance between super sporty and super practical.